Hello, I'm Georgia McClellan. I'm an illustrator and I'm here with Lydia Monks at the Edinburgh International Book Festival. Could you tell us a bit about your latest book?
The latest book is called, well, I've got two latest books. One is called Mouse's Big Day, and it's about a little mouse who's going to school for the first time, but she goes to a very exciting school called Twit-Twoo School, and the teacher is an owl, and there's lots of other little woodland creatures who are there already. So she's not very happy about going to school. She thinks she won't like it very much, but she turns out she does like it in the end. So it's all about their little adventures. And I've got another book called What the Ladybird Heard on Holiday, which is by Julia Donaldson, and it's the third in the series of the What the Ladybird Heard books, and it features the two robbers, Hefty Hugh and Lanky Len, who are back to steal the Queen's crown, and you have to find out if the Ladybird manages to save the day again. So I've got two at the moment.
Why did you decide that a mouse should be the main character of your book?
I think we had a little chat about which character to choose, because there are 5 characters at Twit-Twoo School, and we thought the mouse was maybe more kind of appeal to boys and girls, but I think each of the characters will have a turn at having his or her own story. So we started with the mouse, and then the one I'm working on at the moment is about the frog actually, so I think they'll all have a turn in the end.
What is special about Twit-Twoo School?
It's special because it's in a tree house, which is quite a cool place for a school to be, I think. And when I was thinking of the idea, my little girl's school has a wildlife garden in the middle of the playground, and they've got a big tree, and it's all there's all little creatures in there, and I just thought, wouldn't it be funny to have a little wildlife school going on in the school grounds? So that's kind of where I got the idea from, although that doesn't feature in the books, but that's kind of what I thought.
What advice do you have for young illustrators who wish to create their own picture books?
I think you have to practice your drawing quite a bit, and at school I was quite good at writing stories and then illustrating them as well, and I used to get told off in the end. The older I got told off for always drawing in my books, but there was always pictures with my stories. But I think just to keep practicing and have a look at what other people are doing, just to sort of get the right idea about how much writing you need on each page and things, and just keep practicing, really, I think.
What is the most important thing for you about creating the characters for your books?
The most important thing about creating a character, I just think something that's a character that's kind of interesting, that you can maybe put into different situations and see how they react. And with some of the Twit-Twoo School characters, I had imagined some of my children's classmates, so you kind of see all the different personalities in a class, and I kind of picked some of them. I thought, oh, they'd be quite good, and you think, how would they react if you put them in that situation? So I kind of have a character in mind and then put them, in a little situation just to see how they react and what they might do.
What kind of materials do you use to create your illustrations, and why do you choose these materials?
I use quite a few different materials to make the pictures. I use acrylic, and I've got some very tiny little brushes. My pictures get smaller and smaller. They're all the same size as the book, so a lot of them are quite detailed and small. So I use acrylic paint, and I use coloured pencils as well. And I also use a lot of collage, so I scan in bits of fabric or textures, and then I cut them out and stick them all on. So I use a few different things, really. So my desk always ends up being quite messy and full of stuff.
What are your top 3 pieces of advice for illustrators who want to create a storybook for younger readers?
I think a top tip for writing books for young children, let me think. I think you've got to put your head really in the child's world. And I think sometimes a bit of a mistake is, I think a lot of people write books that appeal to adults, which is good as well, but I think sometimes we forget that children are very little, and I think sometimes we maybe expect a bit too much. I think let's keep it simple, keep it kind of funny. That's what I do. I just kind of make it a bit silly, kind of try and make myself laugh when I'm doing it. Really, just have fun, I think.
Could you show us how you draw a mouse?
Right, I'm going to draw a mouse. So she has, let me think what she looks like. She's got 2 big ears, like that. She's got a big long nose. And she's got 2 eyes, of course, with some eyelashes. And she's got a little nose with some whiskers. And she's going to look happy today. I'm going to draw her waving. Here she goes, she's all happy. She says she's in a good mood today. So we're going to do her little t-shirt. Here's her hand. I know mice don't really have fingers, but my one does. There we go, there's her other one. Looks like she's doing a little dance. Here's her stripy top. And she always wears jeans, actually. And it's funny because my little girls, when I first did the book, said, "Oh, mummy, is it a boy or a girl mouse?" Because she was wearing trousers. But then I pointed out to them that they always just wear trousers. They always just wear jeans, and they hadn't really thought. So she is a little girl. Here's her tail. There we go. I think that's it. There she is. Let's do her like that. I'll do her saying hello. There you go.
Thank you very much for talking to us.